Welcome to the 5 Things You Need to Know Multifamily, the August 12th, 2025 edition. I'm going to start off today with a book recommendation I just listened to. I was traveling around today looking at properties, touring properties, onboarding a few new team members, and I was listening to the book Who Knew by Barry Diller, and it's read by Barry Diller, and it is a fascinating story. I just have a couple of chapters left, which I intend to finish up tomorrow because we'll be touring assets again here in the Atlanta market, and our assets are so spread out that I can literally listen to a couple of audiobooks in a day. Seems like it's not entirely true, but you definitely get through one or most of one. Anyway, I highly recommend Barry Diller's book, Who Knew? Fascinating story about where he started and what he ultimately became, and all of the incredible stories in between that start and that where he ultimately landed. So, great story. Number 2 thing you need to know. I thought this was an interesting thing, especially because I have some interest in the hotel industry and hotel investments. And this headline that I wrote was not very promising. It said short-term vacation rentals are outperforming U.S. hotels in Q2. And it says in May of 2025, the rental market saw a 12% year-over-year spike, vastly outperforming hotels, which only grew by 2%. That is a startling statistic, especially in light of the fact that I've read some investor reports lately that have suggested that there are other driving reasons for the multifamily, or not the multifamily, but the hotel industry having a summer that has not been all that they anticipated it to be. So there's a shadow market, just like there's a shadow market in multifamily, there's a shadow market in the hotel industry. That's not news, but all of these short-term vacation rental homes out in the marketplace have really put a drag on hotel performance. Now, I believe in my heart of hearts, there's some shadow markets that are presenting themselves in the multifamily space that have for a long bit of time, but you've got a lot of different entries into the living spaces as of late that would potentially be a competitor to the multifamily industry. So something to keep an eye on. BizNow headline that I read, I just literally wrote down the headline because I intend to riff on this a little bit. Commercial real estate investors are done waiting for a rate cut. So we've all been waiting for this sort of price parity to come in line, meaning buyers and sellers getting in alignment with what the sellers are willing to sell for, what the buyers are willing to buy for. But I think that people are getting tired. They're getting fatigued. They've heard the story that all of this carnage is going to happen in the space, and they're going to be buying opportunities in the year 2025. I think that ice, we've said this a couple of times here on the Multifamily Collective, but I think the ice is thawing, inertia is starting to kick in, and people are just getting antsy. And I think I'm in this camp. And to the extent that you can pencil a few deals that aren't what you ultimately want them to be, you can hold your nose a little bit, you can afford that, you can manage investors' expectations, you should buy some deals. Buy some deals now. Get the buying momentum, get the cobwebs sort of escaped from your organization so you can get that DD experience, you can get that onboarding experience, you can put that thing into the ecosystem and get it going. And then keep that momentum moving so that the brokerage community knows, the banking community knows, the equity community knows that you're in the game, that you are playing to win. The time is now, in my opinion. And this headline really spoke loudly to me. People are done waiting. People are going to come off the sideline. You see all these funds being raised. People are going to start to deploy that capital. Listen to an interesting podcast this morning. I actually did a short about this, but Izzy Cunningham was on a podcast, MHN podcast. He was talking about immersive media. And this is not new, it's not novel, but it really is starting to catch the masses in that if you don't have an immersive experience in the multifamily space from a marketing perspective, an immersive experience where prospective residents can go down to the unit level and they can actually walk around sort of in a virtual way, see the apartment the actual unit that they might live in, look out the windows, see the community, see a drone shot so they see a broader display of the community, all the neighborhood accoutrements around, neighborhood amenities, really tying in. I think the punchline of what Izzy was getting at is you have to get people's emotions involved in the buying process Everybody in marketing knows that you buy with your emotions, you back it up with logic at a later date. Everything is driven by emotions. Immersive media is certainly a tool to get people in their emotions involved in a buying transaction. And this last thing that I want to talk about, I was listening to another podcast. I'm a big fan of AI, listening to anything and everything I can get my hands on. There was a company called Blitzy, and Blitzy has been approached by OpenAI and offered up at a very good price the opportunity to completely automate or employ OpenAI in their ecosystem. So my imagination tells me that very soon we're going to read about a property management company where OpenAI or any one of these large language learning models is going to approach a property management firm, and they are going to offer at a very good rate the ability to deploy OpenAI into your ecosystem just because it's an arms race right now. They want to win all the eyeballs and all the participation of every person in the world, and they can do it in a mass way through businesses. So if you've not been approached, my imagination tells me you will be soon. And I hope that we get there first. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.